Hello, I am Stephen B. Pearl. The B is there to find me easily on the internet. And I am aware of the fact that most of you probably don't know me from Adam. Well, I am an 8-time published novelist in the speculative fiction field. And my works range all the way from Norse fantasy Viking adventure through to post-apocalyptic medical political thrillers and paranormal action adventure, and touch on paranormal romance along the way. My eight novels and multiple anthology entries are with a variety of publishers, and I want to talk about one of the principles of what I consider good writing. Now, I am well aware of the fact that I'm going to be some of you I'm going to be teaching my grandmother to suck eggs. Can't be helped. Others of you are going to vehemently disagree with me. That's fine too. Others will take something away from this, and I hope it will help them. Now, the first thing is, there are no laws of good writing. There are guiding principles that I think can actually help you along quite a ways, but they all have exceptions. Now, the one guiding principle I want to talk about right now is start with a bang. When you're writing fiction, you want to begin with a hurricane and end with an earthquake. You want to engage your reader immediately. Now, there are several tricks for doing this. Number one, start with action or dialogue. Description is off-putting. And this is really counterintuitive because the way we experience the world, we walk into a room and we look around and we take in that visual information. We take in the description first. This, however, is death when you start doing it with the written word. You have to engage people immediately. Now, this can be done very effectively with dialogue. So, action or dialogue is what's going to engage your reader. You don't have to have your core conflict coming up immediately, but you have to have something going on. I'm going to read you a short excerpt from one of my novels, Tinker's Plague. Just the first paragraph, because the one thing I wanted to say earlier, and I forgot, your first line sells your first paragraph. Your first paragraph sells your first page. Your first page sells your first 10 pages. The first 10 pages sell your book. So, you really want that first paragraph to pop, and you spend time on it. Don't be in such a rush to get into the book that you neglect that vital first paragraph. Okay. Now, this is from Tinker's Plague. The boy sprinted along the crumbling asphalt road, his twisted left arm flailing in his haste. He scrambled over a wooden gate and ran to an ancient van sitting in a field. A tower of interlocking pipes topped with a windmill rose from the van's back corner. Thin film solar panels covered its roof and sides. Gasping, the boy wailed, "Tinker!" Now you notice what I've done here. It starts with action, though a boy sprinted. Then it gets people asking questions. Why is the road in disrepair? Why is his arm crippled? Why is this van decked out with solar panels sitting there? What's gone on? Immediately, I start to establish my post-apocalyptic venue. I establish the rural nature of what I'm writing about. But I'm also engaged. People are starting to ask questions. By having a child at that early stage, I immediately hit emotional triggers because we all have an instinctive reaction, or at least most of us, to protect children. So, in this, I have engaged the reader. And that's what you really want to happen with your first line in your first paragraph. If I had gone into a big description about a rural settings, barns, trees, blah, 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 by the time people got through it, my readers would be turned off. Well, also, you don't need to do your core conflict right off. This conflict that I start out with has nothing to do with the main conflict of the book. That comes in a little later. But it does allow me a venue to establish my world building, several of my primary characters, and to engage the reader. Those are my words of wisdom for however much you want to take them for. I hope that everybody enjoys the CyberCon, and have a good day.